Good morning to one and all. In today's class, we will be seeing about the database management system. So, what is this database management system or DBMS? It is nothing but it is a software that enables the users either to create or define or manage and manipulate the databases. Thus, this DBMS, it serves as an interface between the data and the end users or any applications. Thus, if you could see this database management system, it ensures efficient data storage and retrieval, also enhances the security and integrity by using the common languages like SQL for relational database management. Now moving on to the lecture 1. Lecture 1 is nothing but the issues in file processing system. So what is file processing system or file management system? A file processing or management system is a DBMS or a database management system that allows the access to a single files. You can access only a single file or a single table at a time. So here in this file system, the data are directly stored in a set of files. Usually if you see this file processing system, it contains the flat files. What do you mean by flat file? When only a single table is going to be stored in a single file so that it doesn't have any relations to other file, it is called as a flat file. Now we will move on to what are the commonly faced issues in this file processing system. So the main limitations are data redundancy, data inconsistency, limited data sharing, data dependency, lack of data integrity, limited security, concurrency control, scalability issues, and limited query capabilities. Now, just to have a look on the specificity of your flat file. So as we told, this flat file in DBMS, it is just a simple data storage files. It can store the data in the plain format without any relationships or any tables, or it doesn't have a structure like with rows and columns with keys as we see in our relational database. Just here the data are stored line by line, wherein here the fields are separated using the commas, tabs or spaces. Here if you could see, there are no indexing, there are no relationships and no constraints. So if you could see, the commonly flat file formats are, they are nothing but your CSV file, or it could be a text file or a TSV file. Now let us have a small day-to-day example to understand it in a more better way. Let us just take a small example of the student attendance list, which is usually saved as a CSV file. So what are the attributes or the fields that could be required are the roll number, name, and whether the student is present or absent. So here, as we told earlier, the fields are just separated by commas, tabs or spaces. So here just we have your roll number, name, and the present or absent attribute is there. So next condition is they've just specified some examples for the roll numbers, comma, name, comma, whether they are present or not. So when it is not going to be in a structured format like rows or columns just separated by commas, it comes under a file structure. Now we will move on to the what are the issues we usually face in the file processing system. So the first criteria could be the data redundancy. So what is this data redundancy? Here when I say it as data redundancy, it is nothing but the data is often duplicated in the files, which can result in inconsistencies, and this can increase the likelihood of data errors. So what would be the main drawback whenever you are having the data redundancy? So the main impact would be the data get stored in multiple places, so there is a wastage of storage space. This also leads to the same data gets multiplied in many places, so increased maintenance effort and the risk of inconsistent data. So a small example would be, suppose a student when he is joining the college, his address would be updated in the admission section also, it would be updated in the department also, right? So 2 or 3 places the data gets duplicated. So which could result in the storage space which are wasted, and also for getting the students detail it results in the increased maintenance efforts. The next is a data inconsistency. So what is the problem? The main problem is the changes which is made to the data in one file may not be reflected in the other file. This inconsistency can lead to the inaccurate reporting and decision making. The same example I could take, like the data the student would have updated his address either in the admission side also as well as in the department side also. So once he joins the department and some addresses are changing, and if it is reflected only in the department, and whenever we want to send any communication to the parents, if the address is not uh, changed in the admission forum or in the office in the management side, then this can lead to the unreliable information, or it could be a potential source for errors, and also it creates a difficulty in maintaining the data integrity. Now the next concept is a limited data sharing. Okay, so here main problem is that what is the difficulty we exist in sharing the data between different applications or departments. So if you see, each department will have or maintain their own files, which would give a challenge to access and integrate the information across the organization. So let us take, after the cycle test 1, we are consolidating the result analysis. Each department would have its format. If you want to though we have all the results, if you want to collaborate, so it results in the reduced collaboration, only the attributes would have been changed. Sometimes it would result in the increased likelihood of outdated information too, and which makes it inefficient to retrieve the information. So the next concept would be the data dependence. So far we have seen about the data redundancy and also the inconsistent data and also limited data sharing. Now we will move on to your data dependence. So the main problem in this file processing is that programs are often, when you write a program, so we just write it according to the requirements, okay, to access the specific files directly. Suppose any modification is required, if you are going to change the structure of the file, it requires that we have to modify all the programs that uses that file. For example, the college is providing us, after your first semester you are passing, college is providing us the grade sheet for the students. Suppose the management feels that they have to introduce the date of birth or email as extra concept, it requires the entire structure of the program of the file needs to be changed. So thus this might result in high maintenance cost, or the program could be inflexible in adapting to the changing the data structures, or there is a possibility of increased risk of the errors during the updates. The next concept would be lack of data integrity. Suppose for any work, if you say only if we keep the constraints, so the whatever the system actually works. Suppose if the absence of constraints, if you could see, the rules are enforced by the database management system, making the data integrity becomes a manual task. Okay, so initially, so we just fix the, in a file processing system, suppose it allows for a student to enter the marks, let us say for 120, but the constraint is that we have to enter only till 100. So there is a possibility, if that constraint, if you have forgotten to list it in the program, then this results in the increased of the risk of entering the incorrect or inconsistent data. Thus, if you could see in file processing system, it could result in the lower data quality or might result in the increased chances of errors and difficulties in ensuring the accuracy of the information. The next concept is limited security. If you could see the file systems, they have often have the limited security measures. Let us say, like in a Google sheet we are just entering the marks. Suppose if everyone is having access, then there is a possibility that it can result in a data breach, or unauthorized access can be there, which can lead to the unauthorized modifications and which could compromise the security. Thus, if the security is compromised, there is a high risk of unauthorized access. So the next problem or the limitation would be the concurrency control. That is, the data might be concurrently entered by multiple users. So in that case, the file system might lack mechanisms to handle the concurrent data properly. So if you could see, like let us take like two clerks, they are updating the same bank account file. Sometimes there is a possibility that they might overwrite the data. Even when we ask the students to update their assignments and then share the Google link for their in a Google sheet, so there is a possibility that the students may upload their link in the wrong place when two students are updating at a same time. Thus, if you could see, this file processing system can lead to a data corruption, and some data updates could be lost, or it might also result in maintaining, or it can create a challenge in maintaining the data consistency in a multi-user environment. The next important thing is a scalability issue. If you could see, the number of data grows day by day voluminously, so which makes these file processing system to struggle when you have a large data set to handle it efficiently. Thus, the performance issues can arise, because of which there could be a reduced system performance, or it could be a longer processing time and the challenges in scaling the system. And finally, the main concept, that is your limited query capabilities. If you could see, the file processing system, often they lack a query language and sophisticated querying capabilities, so which makes it hard to retrieve the specific information. So thus the main impact would be, so the data retrieval becomes inefficient, or it creates a complexity in generating the reports. Thus, we go in for a database management system, where database is nothing but it is a collection of meaningful interrelated information. From the raw data, it just analyzes the raw data and provides a meaningful information. Thus, if we could say as Dbms or database management system, it is a collection of set of programs, so which is used to store the data or access the data and retrieve the data in an simple, easy and effective manner from a database. Thus, if you could see, it just ensures efficient data storage, retrieval, while maintaining the security as well as the integrity. If you could see, it normally uses the languages like SQL for relational data management. So thus, if you could see, the main languages which are used. It could be MySQL or Oracle or Microsoft SQL Server or PostgreSQL or MongoDB or DynamoDB and Redis. So thus it maintains a data dictionary, so which stores the data such as the structure and the constraints of the database. Also it provides languages like SQL to insert, update, delete the query data. And also it controls the user access and permissions to protect the sensitive information. So thus these DBMs are developed to deal a huge amount of data, and here the data can be stored and retrieved for data processing in an effective manner. So thank you. In the next session we will have an introduction of DBMS and what are the key terminologies which are associated with the DBMS. Happy learning. Thank you, students.